with the time that I was given, I figured I would just come on here and just make like a really short, sweet review for you guys, especially because we've not been with each other for a little while, and talk about the 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander and my very own 2017 Ford Fusion. So I'm actually with the 24 Mitsubishi right now, and I'll probably do like a inside view after I drop off the car because I gotta drop it off tomorrow. I got hit on. They gave this to me for the time that is, so I'm just hopping and just making like a really sweet, like short review because I mean that's what I do. And the car is awesome. As far as I could see why someone would be thrilled about this car. It's a brand new car already, and stuff like that. It's got like a lot of pros. Like I mean, the audio panel is really nice. The seats are super comfortable with a liner that's got like leather on it. Um, it's got cruise control. It's an all-wheel drive. I mean, seriously, it's an all-wheel drive. So you know that in those hard terrain, whether it's mud, snow, you're definitely going to be able to get there. You know, like that's really cool about it. And then it's a hatchback, which means that from the inside of the car, you don't have to come out so much. You can recline the seat. You have all that room. So there's like a lot of bonus that this car has. But I think that on the other end, though, if you're like a speedster, you're definitely gonna wish you had your Ford Fusion. Like I mean, I hopped into this car, and then like I mean, for the job that I do, um, right now I'm actually doing a lot more deliveries. I make most of my money doing Uber Eats deliveries. This car definitely, you know what? It's like it's not a bad car to do your Uber Eats delivery in it. And even so, I still gonna like favor my car over it because it's not like a racing car. The other day, I'm driving down the road and then there's a dead animal dead in the middle of the road. And obviously, I'm like, I'm gonna have to swerve and I'm coming down really fast. And the skid, even though there was no skid in this car, you can feel that. I mean, you can lose control of the vehicle a little bit easier than if you're with a lower car like my sedan. So, I think that it's definitely like a level, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're a little bit more posed person, like in the straightaway, definitely like it's probably faster than my Fusion, especially because it's the 2024. But if you're just like you know going like on a cruise, you're taking a trip, like that's like a really nice car to do it. But I mean, if you're like a speedster, if you're a racing head, you know what I mean? Like if you're in that kind of mode, you definitely want your 2017 Ford Fusion there. Um, I personally like. I'm not gonna pick one over the other simply because, like I said, if I had to go to the movies, maybe I'll go with my 2017 Fusion. But if I was to be like, you know what, I'm gonna have to take this trip to the theaters, then I might actually want like an SUV, a bigger car because there's more danger there that I can bypass. And that's not to say that I can't bypass those dangers with my 17 Fusion, but there's a higher ground clearance on it. Like I mean, if I decide to keep my 17 Fusion, then now I gotta give it a higher ground clearance. The car that comes with ground clearance there, so that's a bonus that I think needs to be acknowledged and cannot be overlooked. I kind of tried to look under the hood there, and I think it's easier to do the oil change with my 2017 Fusion than in this car. So I'm giving that back to the 17 Fusion again. Um, I really wanted to do this with review, especially because I had the opportunity to. It's my first time reviewing a car, and I know I'm short on time. And there's a lot more that uncontrollable that I have to put up with. But just being able to like sit or stand in front of a camera, chat you guys up a little bit is kind of like the gist of what I really wanted to do. I'm glad I was able to do that. You guys stay peace, stay cool. I'm still around. I'm still kicking. I'm just trying to get a grip right now. I mean, the last time I made a review, I was like in California, which was like super awesome. I can't forget that was like one of my favorite reviews. And then, a lot of stuff's been going on. I started doing jujitsu, grappling, and stuff like that. I don't know where that's going to. I'm getting a blue belt. Like life's been just like pushing around. And, shout out to you guys for sticking around. Um, as we keep going forward, we keep growing, keep moving forward. I'm pretty sure we'll do new stuff. I mean, we went from like reviewing food, hair products, or whatever we did. Now we're like reviewing cars, stepping it up and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's another milestone. So, let's get excited for that. You know what I'm saying? Sorry for the hiatus, especially, but, I haven't really been like around here this much because of everything that's just been going on just like super fast, just what I mean, like, so with this median here that we've had, the time that we've had, it could have been a better video. Could it have though? Again, the gist for me was just to be able to like come here and just do this. I did that. I'm glad, like I really like my Ford. So like the thing that got me more upset is like I don't even like, not that this is a bad car, but like I really like my car. You know what I'm saying? And not being inside of my car kind of like drove me to just like this extent of like, I really want to make this video just to like get myself over the fact that I'm not into my car right now. And whatever it is, if it ever came to a situation where this was actually my car, there's nothing to say that I wouldn't like this over the Ford Fusion if the Ford Fusion was a rental and this rental was actually my car, simply because, like there's also like a layer of freedom here that you get to have when you endorse ownership. That is kind of another reason why I would prefer my car over this rental there. So that's just to say that I think there's like these cars are like pretty close to each other. The other thing though, that this car is like also really manual, which is like pretty neat because like I mean there's certain things that you can still do even though you lose your battery. Like for example, it's got this manual lever still, right? Where like if you want to adjust the seat front and back, you can just like lift it up and then like light on it, which is dope. My car, my Ford Fusion doesn't have it, but here's the kicker though. The thing is with that, there's always a chance that it could break. So you see where I'm going with this as far as like it's got these great things, but there's a countermeasure there. But then again, when you come to my Ford Fusion, it's all electronic and stuff. But guess what? If I don't have a battery, I can't adjust my seat again. So you see where we are with this right now, and yeah. So take it or leave it. I think it's a preference thing. I'm actually trying to give my car like a lift kit and maybe a spacer there. So I think that if you are a car guy, which is the same thing I told this lady, if you are a car guy, well, you really want your sedan because once you come, because idealistically your SUV is your finished product there, and I think that that's why a lot of SUVs nowadays have like this kind of extension, this spacer, just to give them a little bit more traction on the road, especially as I said, I have this, I'm going down 55, 60 or whatever, and then I have like a dead I'm on middle road and I just start to swerve. You feel like, you're not as even as you wish you were, whereas like I'm on my Fusion, I'm just like, it's like really smooth there. So that's the reason why most people with SUVs give their cars like a spacer. Um, but nonetheless, it doesn't have the ground clearance on my Ford Fusion. So which means that on days where it's like super rainy, snowy, it's kind of harder for me to get out of certain situations where this car can just like muscle it through, and that's before we even talk about all-wheel drive. So you know what I'm saying, like this is kind of like the give and take there. Both cars are great. I mean, I really enjoy making deliveries in there. I'm not gonna say I don't enjoy making deliveries in my Ford Fusion. um I actually kind of like, now I'm getting to this position where it's like I wish I didn't do deliveries in my Ford Fusion because I would appreciate that my job did actually provide me with a company car. You see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, oh yeah, I'm doing like I'm using my personal car to do my business. Yeah, but uh, I think that if I even had two Ford Fusion, I guess you know what I'm saying. Like, it's kind of like I wouldn't mind that rather than having to do everything all at once. But I digress. I think though that again I'm gonna reiterate. I'm glad I came on the camera. Shout out to you, viewers, commenters, and lovers of my page. Keep doing what you do. I'm keep doing what I do. We'll check back again when the time comes around. But we can anticipate that it'll be sooner rather than later because this is the one that we've been waiting for. And with all of that being said, I'm gonna miss you guys probably because I'm still renting. I don't want to leave. I don't know what else to say. This is like really short. Um, as I said, sweet. So until next time.